child support and VA disability. Now, there is some comedy in this. We'll just go ahead and watch this clip real quick, and then we're going to talk about what does that actually look like? Can the court system use your VA disability as income for child support? So let's go ahead and watch this. It's Judge Judy. I grew up with Judge Judy on the TV. That and Lifetime is what ran in my household. So
went overseas for deployments, but never stationed.
But where did you go on your deployment?
Bahrain, Dubai, Greece, Italy, and all over.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, good. What about you?
Only Virginia.
Only Virginia?
Only Virginia.
How did you become disabled in Virginia?
I have no idea.
I mean, you said you're on a military disability. So, I could understand if you deployed someplace else.
Look. I have no idea.
You have no idea what?
Look, right here. Why, I guess, became disabled. Just mentally, I guess. Mentally.
Well, you applied for a disability from the Army.
He whispered something to her, look.
I said mentally.
Just my own curiosity. I have to see how this is going. How much is your disability benefit from the Army?
$2,000
a month. It's not an answer. Yes, it's an answer. What about you?
Same.
And is your disability mental or physical?
Both.
Well, your physical disability doesn't inhibit you from being a crane operator.
No, really.
I love America.
okay, so lots of things I want to speak about here, and I think I'm gonna attack Judge Judy here. Do judges understand VA disability? No, they don't. Obviously, I kind of want to punch her in the face, to be real with you. Especially to put someone on the spot about mental health disability on a show like Judge Judy that's being aired is, dude, I don't know what legal action can be taken, but I would do something personally. And I really want that clip is about child support. And the answer is, can your VA disability be used as income for child support? That answer is yes. There's some caveats on that. One, it depends on your state. It depends on that courtroom. And it depends on if your ex-partner, the person the other parent of the child, if they're pushing for it or not. Because if they don't, and you don't say anything, it is what it is, right? Now, there's discovery and there's all that stuff. But depends on your state. And two, the court cannot garnish wages from your VA disability for child support. So can it be used as income? The answer is yes, just not as, it's not like you get a check from your job. It's not in that same connotation, but it can be used as income. Jason, I want to get your thoughts specifically on just how that whole situation went down. What are your thoughts on it? I'm more upset now than I was before. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole interaction?
I think it's embarrassing. And I think that Judge Judy should actually acknowledge that she screwed up publicly on her show and say, for those of you in the military, I was missing. Look, you could be a judge, you can understand the law and all of that, but if it's not in your wheelhouse, you probably shouldn't speak to it, because here's the ramifications of what she did, in my opinion. One, it's embarrassing and all that stuff, right? And I already, that's just dumb. But here's the reality, and this is why it pisses me off. 70% of veterans are not service connected for any conditions. Of that amount of veterans, there's a large number that could be. However, they self-segregate out because they don't believe that they deserve, because they never served in combat, because they never went overseas, because it's for somebody else, because they can still walk, whatever. There's a bunch of hurdles in their mind regarding it. And Judge Judy's statement just pushed that narrative of you don't qualify unless you got injured overseas or saw something horrible for mental health. How the hell could that happen to you in, where was she, Virginia? In Virginia, right? And that is a disgrace. And Judge Judy needs to, in my opinion, needs to come clean with that and go, hey, look, I spoke out of turn. It was something I didn't know about. I didn't understand how benefits work, and go from there. She doesn't know if this lady has MST.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my God, how insensitive and demeaning and just a lack of class at the highest level through ignorance. That's my thoughts, Clay.
I think you said that a lot better than I did. That was a good way to articulate my thoughts. It makes me mad, man, you know, and her last statement when she said, you know, I love America, it's like, okay, let's just roll back for a second. She essentially said she called out VA disability as a whole. She called out those two veterans specifically for their disability. And she's thinking of, this is the issue with the word disability. You know, that the gentleman said he's both mentally and physically disabled. And her response was, it doesn't disable you from being a crane operator. Or nowhere in 38 CFR does it say you cannot operate a crane. He could very well have a lumbar spine issue at 10%. Who knows? Now, they both said 2 grand, so we know they're rated at 90%. But he could have a lumbar spine issue at 10%. And guess what? That is pain with motion. That has nothing to do with your ability to sit down and operate a crane. Does his back hurt? Probably. He might be on painkillers. He might be on whatever else the VA prescribed him. But that's none of Judge Judy's business at all. He could have radiculopathy. Being a crane operator with a 10% lumbar condition and radiculopathy, that's going to suck. Can you still sit there and operate the crane? Absolutely. You know, for me, full disclosure again, I'm just all about giving my news today. Yesterday, I did yard work. I'm rated 10% for my lower back. My lower back is not in any, I don't have any crazy diagnosis like that. I have pain with range of motion and some radiculopathy, and it sucks. It hurts, but it's not like disabled, so to speak, right? I did yard work. My newborn was crying, so I had to put the front baby thing on, set her in there. Now I'm mowing the yard with my infant. Can I do that? Yes. Does it hurt? Absolutely. And when I was done, I was like, hey, today is a painkiller type of day. I try not to use them every day. But that is what Judge Judy is. Her mannerisms and her demeaning, she basically said, hey, man up is essentially what she just said, which I would punch her in the face. I think it goes back to that statement. I think Judge Judy deserves a good smacking around after that one, personally. Do you have any last thoughts on that as far as just that? I don't even know what to say. It sucks.
Right. No, it's horrible. And again, it's not just the two people she was talking to, which that's enough to already piss people off.
Mm-hmm.
It's her lack of knowledge, her speaking to it in the way that it was some sort of, you're scamming the system attitude. Yeah. And she doesn't even know the full story. Well, okay, fine. You said mental. Nobody wants to go up there and go, well, I had military sexual trauma, right? Nobody wants to say that on national TV. So you're like, mental health, and you're leaving it at that. I mean, I don't know if this lady had MST, but you have to just assume that it could be that. So therefore, be a little bit more sensitive and understand how these things even come to play. And again, Clay, the piece that really pisses me off is she just told millions of veterans out there that were potentially watching her show, you don't qualify.
Absolutely. And
that pisses me off. If I had her phone number, I'd call her, but I don't.
Oh yeah. Maybe we could invite Judge Judy to Veterans Daily. Who knows?
There you go. Work on that, right?
Yeah, sure.